Sarah Logan might return to WWE already.
Non-essential wrestlers.
She didn't feel that I belonged there.
We're going to do it again here soon.
Who would have guessed that pervy-ass old man Paul Heyman would have done something pervy-ass and Paul Heyman?
Welcome everyone to Ring the Bell. This is DS.
And the Sriracha Muchacha, Paloma Star.
And I brought my daddy, Effy, here. Yay!
We're talking shit and getting hit. Wait.
Of course, the review episode with Effy was gag-worthy. Oh my god.
All the tea.
Yeah.
Effy, you talked a little bit about watching bad matches.
Honestly, I'm live a lot on Twitch. We watch bad wrestling. I like watching bad wrestling.
What are some of your top recommendations for the bad women's matches?
Oh my gosh. There's a lot of bad women's matches because they never used to get the time they wanted. Tell me if I'm remembering this correctly. It was a Thanksgiving feast match, and I want to say it was Tori Wilson versus Trish Stratus. Am I making this up?
Stacy versus Trish, the Gravy Bowl match.
Gravy Bowl. And at one point, I think she threw an entire turkey at her. What a spectacle. A lot of wrestlers now overthink what wrestling needs to be. And what I mean by that is think about the normal fan who paid to go to SmackDown. They're a regular dad or mom, and they brought their kid, and it's Thursday night, and they came out to SmackDown, and they got home, and the rest of the family said, "How was SmackDown?" They said it was so exciting. We got to see a woman throw a turkey at another woman, and then she put her in the gravy bowl. What an exciting night to give to a family that brought their kids out to the show. I also want to bring up the storyline with Dawn Marie and Tori Wilson. Which is one of my favorites.
My God.
With Tori Wilson's old dad. What a story. I love all those ECW divas who came in and were just like, we're so trashy in ECW and we're going to do it again here.
WWE just announced the theme of Money in the Bank, and it's going to be the weirdest Money in the Bank in the history, where they have to climb the corporate ladder. They have to climb the stairs up or elevator up or whatever the way, have to go to the top of the building, and then there's a ring there, and then they have to do a Money in the Bank match up there.
Guys, what the hell's going on? I'm getting real on here, DS. This is
okay.
Please.
He just fired all those people, and then he said the theme is climb the corporate ladder. How are you going to fire 100 people and be like, yeah, the rest of you start climbing the corporate ladder or you're f***ing done so? That's insano to me.
When it first started, climb the corporate ladder. I'm like, what? I'm like, I had no idea that we're talking about a match when they started talking about that. I'm like, I don't know. This is going to be interesting, to say the least.
There are a lot of interesting rooms in that building. I mean, of course, there is a whole parking lot area. There is the gym. There is that cafeteria. There's Vince's room, Triple H's room with a sledgehammer. There's amazing barbecue area on the top roof. So there's going to be tons of variety of places where they could just fight.
What about that T-Rex fossil?
Yes, that big T-Rex
in Vince's office.
Maybe there's Mae Young's son. The hand might be there.
Oh my god. He can pop somebody off the roof.
As long as everyone is safe, and I hope everyone is.
I think they'll use some movie magic.
The Fight for Select reports that the talent was flown out to Stanford last week, and they had to film multiple matches already. So the matches were already filmed. According to the report, it was a tedious process. They filmed from early morning throughout the midnight, and they had to be hurry up and wait until the next shot.
I cannot wait till all this is a documentary. Seriously, I can't wait for the documentary of all of this craziness going on.
It's beneficial though, because with these older performers like Rey Mysterio, like The Undertaker, like not even John Cena, but John Cena more or less, who's been out of action for a while, this cinematic style gives them the chance to redo spots, make sure they're getting the best angle, make sure their performers are as comfortable as possible. I know that this will be something that they can crutch back to every once in a while, but right now I think you're using the best of your resources, and that includes getting to shoot your matches like a movie. You have that option, so good for them.
So right now in the Money in the Bank, the confirmed matches is the SmackDown Women's Championship between Tamina versus Bayley. We also have 4 people confirmed for the Women's Money in the Bank match. It's Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, and Asuka. One controversy, a very mini controversy. A lot of the fans noticed in the Money in the Bank poster, Charlotte Flair was in there with her NXT Women's Championship, but Becky Lynch was notably missing from the poster.
Give Becky a damn night off. I'm fine with it. That girl's been driving an 18-wheeler around just trying to fight. Good for Charlotte Flair, though. She gets it. She's just hanging out going, I'll do whatever segment you want. I'll be on all the shows. She's a star. She's
Absolutely.
a Flair.
I think we're a little bit spoiled seeing all the titles at every pay-per-view, or that's what we're used to, because it definitely wasn't like that the whole time. So I think it's just because that's what people are used to. They're probably like, oh no, gas, Becky's missing or whoever. So I think it should be fine if she's not there for one pay-per-view, or, you know, not all matches or not all titles should have to be at every single pay-per-view every single time. So that's fine.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the fallout from last week's huge layoff from WWE, and one name that we got since last week is NXT's Taynara Conti. Papi. She has left WWE. So last February, she had the whole issue going on in NXT where she apparently walked out of NXT because of the pay negotiation didn't go well. And then after that, she made her return. She was wearing this whole t-shirt saying, I'm fired or something. So she was really working that rumor. Yeah, in this round of cuts, she was cut due to the whole budget issue. What do we think?
Let me tell you something. This poor girl, and this is why you need a public relations person, okay? And it's not because you get fired, you get back. The person that allowed her name to be Taynara Conti, and it's so close to being Taynara, and no one stepped in and said, hey, baby, they're going to call you go with this name. Someone should have stepped in. And honey, you were dead from day one. Leah has kept a job there for almost 8 years now because she just doesn't get noticed. But everybody's looking at the call sheet going, did y'all spell this right? This is her real name you're going with? Honey, come back with a name that is marketable that we can put on a t-shirt that is not going to scare the children. This is factual. You have to come into the WWE with the mindset that you will be the number one star, the main event of WrestleMania. Whether you are male, female, other, it does not matter. You come in with that mindset. Miss Conti, on day one, I would have told you, your name will hold you back from that top spot. And if we continue, there is no hope for you.
First of all, I think all that was great. I don't think I could follow that. That's amazing. But I actually thought she had already left. I actually didn't know she didn't end up leaving after she walked off, but I wasn't surprised.
They were doing a budget cut, so a person who asked for a raise would be the first target, yeah, for sure. But here's a positive news. So apparently the news was out saying that Sarah Logan might return to WWE already. The speculation among the locker room is that Sarah Logan is expected to be back with WWE in near future because there were numerous people backstage that was loudly asking for her to be back in the company.
Here's what I say to you, Miss Sarah Logan. Be wary of this contract. If they can release you and toss you out the door this fast, if they can use you on TV without your permission, if they can keep using their property, you need to know that when you go back to negotiate, you better get what's yours and you better be careful because they will pull you back in if they like you, and the reason they like you is the reason they should be paying you. Don't play games, Miss Sarah Logan. We love you. We want the best for you.
I think it just speaks a lot to her and her work ethic that her peers are speaking up for her and standing up for her. I think it just shows how much a lot of people like her, and she was like positive influence and positive person backstage. But also I think it'd be kind of cool if she does come back. She'll like goes in and beats Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott up, and then they could have their triple threat match. But it'll be kind of interesting to see if that really does happen, especially so fast after she got released, since all this is still going on. Yeah. I think if she does come back, I think if I were to guess, it'd probably be until when they start actually running live events. But
are the Viking writers still in the company? They are.
I just saw it. Yeah, I was about to say, I just saw a little promo thing that they did on while they were driving.
Oh yeah, the karaoke. Well, they're on their way to pick up Sarah Logan back to WWE, so I hope that's what's all that about. Here's an update to Sarah Logan news. Now, Wrestling Observer is saying that WWE was planning to use Sarah Logan in last Raw. She was in fact in multiple previous drafts of the show, but was decided to be not used after the broadcast started. That is insane. They also added that this does not necessarily mean that WWE is willing to rehire her anytime soon, but just them using the superstars within the 90-day non-compete clause time, just like they're having Drake Maverick wrestle on TV, and it seems like that is part of the storyline too. So Maria Kanellis and Mike Kanellis, they teased that they're going to drop a big news during this WWE Raw. And the news is they're going to have a podcast show now. It's going to be called Non-Essential Wrestlers Podcast.
We are starting a podcast.
Or returning.
But it has a new name. Non-essential.
Oh, she drank water too fast. She's good. All right.
Okay, let's try this one more time. Non-essential Wrestlers Podcast.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
That's petty.
Let's put out the award
This is
tonight.
not
You guys didn't know this. This is actually an award show tonight. The category is smoothest finesse of the cinch. And the smoothest finesse of the cinch goes to Maria Kanellis Bennett and Mike Kanellis Bennett getting 2 years of pay, baby time off paid for, and another pregnancy paid for, and then getting released and having your own podcast that's a COVID-19 joke as a hashtag. What a blessed couple. Good for y'all. Y'all have milked every bit of this cow. Thank you. Thank you for showing us it's possible.
Speaking of milk, Maria is also selling her new merch on Pro Wrestling Tees called Milk Money.
I thought you were gonna say she was selling her breast milk or something. I'm like, what?
Oh no.
Y'all can say whatever you want about Mike Bennett, about Maria Kanellis. Those two are hustlers.
Absolutely.
And they have done an incredible job throughout many different companies, throughout many versions of themselves, staying relevant in wrestling, staying on the tip of everybody's tongue. And you can't knock that hustle. You can't take away what they've done in this business.
Absolutely.
So maybe they'll have something to say on there. Maybe it'll be a great podcast, but change the name.
Exactly.
And that is a recommendation from Effy's naming company. So Taynara's got to change that name. Maria's got to change that name. All of you change that name.
I will highlight this. I have 9 years of business running experience. I have a degree in public relations. If you want me to fix your shit, you don't even have to know who did it. I don't want any credit. Call out. The DMs are open. Let me fix your shit. Nobody has to know it was me that fixed your shit. I will fix it.
Call Effy right now. Let's talk about Liv Morgan just a little bit. So Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer started talking about the whole backstory of Liv Morgan's storyline. So Liv Morgan came back from her hiatus by inserting herself into the Lana wedding. She had the whole lesbian storyline going on. She was loving Lana and everyone's like, where is this gonna go? Now, apparently there was never any plans to extend that storyline. Paul Heyman just put Liv Morgan there just to get a pop in that wedding segment. Yeah, that was the whole deal. There was never a storyline intended for that.
Who would have guessed that pervy ass old man Paul Heyman would have done something pervy ass and Paul Heyman? Who remembers
I was about to say.
HLA, hot lesbian action? What was that? Him and Eric Bischoff around? Come on. You can't trust these old white men to make decisions in a woman's favor. They're going to make decisions in the ratings favor using women employees, which means Liv tonight, you're a lesbian. Get out there and cut a promo. That's how that went. And if that's how they want to take it, good. You're showing your true colors. The people will vote with their dollar. Hopefully Liv comes out of it a stronger performer. But my God, of course it's exactly what we expected. Why would they would swerve their own morals?
You know what's interesting though, because right after that segment aired, Lana was attacking everyone that was being critical of that storyline, saying that just because I'm married to a Rusev doesn't mean I'm not queer. She was really going there talking about discussions about sexuality and queerness. So I thought this might go somewhere, but really nothing was planned.
Who'd have guessed?
Of course. Yeah. Not surprised. Not surprised at all.
And lastly, there's a good news coming up. I mean, of course, after this whole coronavirus is gone. But Triple H confirms that there will be another Mae Young Classic. During a recent interview with Inside the Ropes, Triple H commented that WWE is planning the 3rd season of Mae Young Classic.
We're doing it. We're gonna do it again here soon. We're kind of getting to that point again now. Wow, there's just a lot out there.
Because there's so many great talents out there, and he's looking at them right now.
That's awesome. Good to hear. I mean, the more places for women to wrestle at, the better. I mean, the Mae Young Classic is always a great way to not only obviously get new people out in WWE, but expose people who are probably not even going to be signed for WWE, but be exposed to a bigger audience and have a bigger fan base that way. It's awesome to get people from all over the world too. So more people loving women's wrestling. I'm all for it.
And of course I want Paloma and Moxie, but that's our already given pick. Paloma and Moxie, please be in Mae Young Classic. But let's go around, pick 2 people each of who we want to see in the third Mae Young Classic.
Here's my answer. I think it's Lady Luck and Holly Cromwell. I think they both have had a big year. I think once this coronavirus is up, we're going to see a lot from them. I think with Lady Luck in particular, she's right on the cusp where, like, she's been a good wrestler and now she's a star. And that's the difference, is you can be a great wrestler, but once you realize you're a star, everything turns all the way up. And I think a platform like that, she would be able to really show that, like, she's ready for that top spot.
And Lainey was Paloma's ex-roommate.
Yeah, we used to live together. Yeah, for a little bit. She crashed on my couch for a few months, so that was fun.
Sometimes that happens.
So there's so much good talent out there, but I would have to say Lufisto. I love having that veteran mentality, that veteran in the tournament that's putting in the work through the years and, you know, have something be exposed at such a bigger platform. I think Lufisto would be awesome for it, not only for her being such a veteran, but her style and could bring a lot of different stuff to the tournament. And the second one, maybe like somebody like super young, like Roxy. She's 18 years old out of Texas. She's out of Booker T's school, and she's just making her waves. I mean, she just turned 18 and is already really good. Like, it just blows my mind when all these like really young people are so good. I'm like, man, I wish I was this good when I was 18. So I think a lot of people are getting better younger. So I think it'll be a great opportunity for anybody.
She won the Women's Wrestling Fan Awards for the Rookie of the Year, so she would be amazing. I want to see Zoe Lucas.
Oh, yeah.
I love her. I really want to see her. And I also want to see WWE making little progressive picks. So I want to see Candy Lee in there. I think that would be a great one.
Yeah.
Candy Lee, please come over. Show these girls. Let's see it.
So Mae Young Classic always have one return from WWE. Let's pick 1 returns each.
Oh, man. I think Zeta Zhang would be great to see back in the WWE.
Okay.
You know, she stepped away. She did MLW for a little while. She's been working in Asia. She's been doing a lot of stunt work. She's been doing a lot of mixed martial arts. And so to kind of see her progression, I think would be really good at this time.
Marty Belle. I would love to see Marty Belle. I'd love to see like the Afro-Latinos be represented in WWE.
Was she in WWE before?
She was just in the Mae Young Classic. She was
you returned? Okay, got it. Well, I want to see either Eve Torres. I think she'll be an amazing choice to return, especially with her new jiu-jitsu moves.
Exactly.
I think she'll be amazing. And then Ariane Andrew. She's been working hard, so she got to come back with that girl bye attitude.
They'd be foolish not to bring her back. And I think, you know, that was such an important part of Effy's Big Gay Brunch, was to sort of say, look, y'all may not think you need her, but I'm going to show you why you do. And to give her that top platform and that person to go up against, it would be such a hot matchup. I still think we can make it happen eventually.
It's gonna happen. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
This is like a decade-old tea, but Candice Michelle recently did an interview and discussed her working with Melina earlier in her career. And here she talks about how she gained her respect from Melina.
For me, the biggest test was wrestling Melina, because she didn't feel that I belonged there. You know, she thought she came up through the wrestling ranks and I just came in from Hollywood, and how dare I be a wrestler and how dare I have a championship match. So to try to work with somebody that doesn't want to work with you was extremely challenging and frustrating. And I remember going out there for a match just like, all right, if this is a shoot match, it's a shoot match. Like, we had no match put together. And I'm thinking, like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know I got to go. I got to go out there, you know, we're going to find out, you know. And we ended up having a great match, and respect slowly grew.
It's interesting how this quarantine time we keep getting decade-old tea about the backstage atmosphere. I mean, I actually got to talk to multiple women from back in the days through all my interviews, and they did say that it was just like a survivor mode. There was one very small spot on TV, and it was a race to get to that spotlight. So it was indeed a very competitive backstage atmosphere. But again, what we all have to understand is that this is a decade-old tea. Everyone has moved on, and they're now all sisters. And And they even recently came up with this really cool social media post celebrating all the people fighting at the front line of the battle against COVID. So stay home, everyone. Alright, so that is this week's news and rumor. Thank you so much for coming in. Effy, where can we find you?
On Twitter, on Instagram, I'm Effy Lives. I'm on Twitch a lot nowadays. Twitch is live. We play games, we hang out, we talk shit. Effy Lives on Twitch. And then if you want to buy shirts, prowrestlingtees.com/Effy Lives.
You can find me at Paloma Star on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll plug my TikTok because I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'll plug it anyway at Paloma Star. And I'll do my Pro Wrestling Tees store too, prowrestlingtees.com/Paloma Star.
And you can find me at DS Shin and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter. Alright, bye everyone!
Au revoir!